stands for Paranormal Alien Investigation Bureau. If you didn't know that, folks. If you don't know that, watch episode 1. Yeah. Right. Okay. This is the new improved P.A.I.B with more investigations and fun than just sitting down in a room watching videos.
Yeah, it got a bit boring.
Yeah. We thought the public must be bored with that other video, so we're going to make it better, shinier, brighter, and altogether more fun. So, Jack has some ghost stories for you now that are real ghost stories, and they come from real life ghost sightings in real places. And one is actually quite close to us, which is the Minster Lovell ghost. So, without further ado, over to you.
Okay, first I'm going to talk about the Minster Lovell ghosts. It all happened a long time ago, where Minster Lovell, the boss of that's why the name comes from, Minster Lovell. He was just called Minster Lovell, and basically he was hiding from someone. So we had this secret kind of lair under the ground, this tunnel, hiding somewhere, and he only told one servant to look after and protect him. Only one servant knew he was down there. But sadly, later, a couple of years later, that servant died, leaving Minster Lovell entombed somewhere under the building. Lots of years later, these people found the ruins of Minster Lovell, and the building, of course, and then looked under the ground, digged underground to find a skeleton with the feet of two dogs. No, the feet of a dog, sitting at a table. And they're saying that's the skeleton of Minster Lovell, trapped down there. And this ghost has been seen on many occasions walking around the grounds of Minster Lovell. And there's another ghost in Minster Lovell as well, not just him, but his wife. A long time ago his wife went missing. They searched years and years trying to find her. 3 years later, these men looked in this attic to find a tomb with this woman dressed in her wedding dress, and she was a skeleton. And that was the wife of Minster Lovell. And normally at a windy, dark night, blowy night, you'll hear the cries of that woman trying to get out of that wooden casket part of Minster Lovell. That's the Minster Lovell ghost, and actually I'm going to go to Minster Lovell sometime with my family to check it.
I've already been.
I know, so have I. I went with my friend Aaron.
Yeah.
The other member. You haven't saw him in the picture, but hopefully he will be in there one day. And basically, the next ghost story I'm going to say is Winter's Gibbet. Now, it all happened it's actually quite famous, Winter's Gibbet. A long time ago, this man murdered this old woman, and because he murdered someone, he was sentenced to be hanged. So, basically, he's hanged, and his body, after he was dead, of course, was preserved in this kind of layering to preserve the body, and it was drove up to this top of this hill to Winter's Gibbet, a kind of hanging post, and the blacksmith made a gibbet cage, and then they put him in the cage, the dead body, and they just left him to hang, and just let the birds pick at his flesh.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Really brightened my day. I'm going to have great dreams tonight. Great dreams.
Yeah. Now, the next ghost is. Have you ever heard of that saying, "Sweet Fanny Adams"? Now, to you, it may sound funny, but when you hear this ghost story, it won't be funny. Now, give me your full attention, and let me give you a ghost story on Sweet Fanny Adams. Now, a long time ago, there was a girl called Fanny Adams, and she was just with her friends, and she ran off somewhere. And later that day, she was brutally murdered by this psychopath. And then the psycho that killed her was hanged. And her body has been seen walking the ground. No, her spirit's been seen walking the grounds where she died. And there's actually a gravestone. That's where the saying come from. The sweet poor little girl, Fanny Adams, that died, brutally murdered. And that's been a very famous ghost. Lots of people, groups of people have actually been walking around on a ghost hunt, searching for her spirit. Now I'm going to do a ghost on the graveyard evil. Now, a long time ago, these people saw in this graveyard an evil kind of black figure rise from the ground, and it had a massive mouth, pointy ears, and sharp teeth. And from its teeth was blood dripping from it.
Yeah.
And it was a bit like a vampire, really. And then these people dug up this grave to see that there's no bones, nothing left in there. And obviously bones they stay forever. They don't break up, they don't turn into dust. They just seem to rot, but they just seem to... And there was no bones left in there. And that's what they call it. And there was actually, on the same graveyard, an evil old woman a long time ago that murdered lots and lots of children. And you can actually see her horrible figure walking the grounds, looking at all the kids' graveyards that she murdered. And that's all the ghost stories I can tell you. So, no, listen. So, basically, be quiet and don't have nightmares.
I think it's over there.
Where? No.
Go! Run! 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 Fuckers are following us! Fuckers!
Alien video we found on the internet. Creepy, isn't it?
Ooh, yeah, it's very creepy actually.
Yeah. Now this is a piece of ghost hunting equipment called an EMF meter. There's 2 meters in this one. This is an EMF meter without the probe, and if you stick this probe in, it turns into the ELF meter. And basically you turn this little button on here and it starts beeping, and you just go around the room with the probe, like I am now, checking to find any energy. And EMF stands for electric magnetic fields. It picks up energy from a certain area, and that's where we found energy over the rating 10 on here. And the fridge wasn't on. My dad could have thought it was a fridge, but it wasn't, because it was all the power was he turned off all the power, and Richard still got a reading.
Unfortunately, we've just checked and we couldn't find the spirit again.
No.
But sometimes it does come and go, so we are going to attempt to EMF later in the show.
And if it doesn't work in this show, next show we'll do it. And we'll keep doing lots of shows until it does work.
Because we have found it before.
Yeah, we have actually.
Right, so, shall we try... Quick, we're running out of battery.
1,000 watts, Richard?
Yeah, I got the 1,000 rods, but they got a bit bent.
Oh, don't forget about those stupid 1,000 watts. I've got my much professional ghost hunter ones I got on eBay. Much more straight than these rubbish ones. Now what I'm going to do, we're just going to ask the ghost questions, and I'm just going to hold these, and if they do that, if they go into an X, that means yes. If they go like that, that means no. Okay? Richard, say a question, anyone.
Is there any spirits there?
Yeah. Is there any spirits here?
This is going to be crap if it just says no, isn't it?
As you can see, it's moving in a bit.
And you can see from his hands, he's not actually moving them. So there is a spirit here.
Look, see.
Yeah, so there is a spirit
There
here.
is a spirit here.
Are you female?
Are you female? Yeah, female.
Hold on, just to test that, see, make sure it's not fake. Are you male? Well, this time it's got to say no, isn't it?
Yeah, if it was right.
Ah, see? See, Govs?
See, look.
See? So, now we know that's real. Jack wouldn't fake it. We're really serious about paranormal investigations.
Yeah, we really are serious.
So, what else? Were you old or young when you died?
Let's just say, were you old when you died? Yes.
It's across. He was old when he died.
He was old when he died.
So, was it a natural death or did you die before your time? So, did you die before your time?
Did you die before your time?
How much did they cost? Ah, see guys? He died before his time.
Yeah.
So, was it murder or was it execution? Was it execution?
Was it execution?
Jack, stop. You need to hold him a bit further back. Okay, that's a no.
That's a no.
Okay.
Were you murdered? Oh, God, that was fun. Yes.
He was murdered.
She was murdered.
She was murdered. Were you murdered by a man?
Yeah, were you murdered by a man? Yes, she was murdered by a man.
Let me try one. Were you murdered here?
Yeah, were you murdered here?
Oh, hard to say. Okay, were you murdered here? That's a no. And I was expecting that because this house hasn't been around.
No.
So
It's probably the person was murdered that used to live here and the spirit used to...
Yeah, well, it probably wasn't... Maybe it wasn't murdered here. Maybe he never lived here. I don't know. Maybe this was his aunt's house. Because this was only built in the 60s, so maybe he was a Viking who was murdered in the dead of night in his hut.
Yeah.
You never know. Although there weren't Vikings here, but
no,
do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Spirit, if there are any spirits there, could you use the dowsing rods to point to where you are in the room?
Yeah.
You have to hold them up for this, Jack. Okay?
Yeah, if there is any spirits here, can you point in the direction of the room where it is? There you are.
Well,
it's stopped here, so it's pointing around there.
So, about there.
Right over there somewhere.
Yeah. You know, this dowsing thing's interesting. I think I'd get into it. If there's any spirits there.
Sorry, they don't really work. They're not professional ones.
If there's any spirits there.
Because as you can see, this metal here's harder, and his is all...
Yeah, these are made of coat hangers. Oh, you made them, don't you?
Yeah, no, I made them a long time ago when I didn't have dowsing rods. But when my mum got these for my birthday, then I didn't really need those rubbish ones. No offence, Richard.
Rubbish.
Oh, a little fact about ghosts.
Look, see? It's much better now.
Yeah. Now, a little fact about ghosts you may not know. Well, you know, last episode, first episode, we talked about price separation, recording ghosts, poltergeist, haunting ghosts, main ghosts, but we've completely forgot about the other two special ones as well.
Well, they're...
Time slips and cold spots. Now, which...
Technically speaking, a time slip isn't a type of ghost.
No, it isn't a type of ghost, but it's kind of a little...
It's mistaken for a ghost.
Yeah, it's mistaken for a ghost, but most people say it's a ghost, but it's mistaken for a ghost. But it's still kind of to do with ghosts and time slips. So Richard's going to talk about time slips, and I'm going to talk about cold spots.
Right, basically, a time slip. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, basically, a time slip is where an event happens in the future or the past, and an image seems to have been like slipped in time. So you see like a little recording or image from the future or the past. So, like you might see yourself walking through the front door, but it's actually what's going to happen in the future or what happened in the past.
Yeah.
You'll notice it's exactly the same. Jack,
I'm going to talk now about cold spots. Now, put those down here nice and covered. Now, cold spots is when a ghost draws all the energy and heat in a certain area in a room, draws it into itself and creates cold spots because it's drawing all the energy in so it can appear. You know, like if there was a family member, I don't know, just doing washing up, and the ghost really wanted to appear to show her that he was there to protect her, he would draw all the energy from the room to try and appear. And normally sometimes cold spots are made by that and when a ghost is there. So if there's ever like a cold spot, it's either like a ghost is there, or a ghost has drawn all the energy and left cold spots. So that's all about basically cold spots. Hello there again.
so that's the end of our P.A.I.B show today. Don't worry, there's lots more.
Yeah.
If you want to email us in any comments or any ghost sightings or alien sightings as well,
it will
that you
come
may have
up on the
experienced,
screen.
Here's our email address. That's p.a.i.b group at googlemail.com. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
And happy haunting. Goodbye.